Because Saoirse Ronan, you won a really good prize.
Yeah.
What did you win?
I won a trip to Florida when I was a kid.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's like,
No, that's good. Tell us how you won it.
I won it when I was a kid, and I had never entered into a competition like that before. And it was the first day of the summer holidays when I was like 9 or 10 or something. And Jerry Ryan, who you know, was this very well-known Irish DJ at home. He's passed away now, but he was really incredible. And his show was like the top show in the country. And Shrek 2 had just come out. That's how long ago it was. And he was giving away this holiday to Florida. And what you had to do was you had to phone in as one of the characters in Shrek 2 and tell Jerry why you deserved the holiday. And I hadn't started properly acting yet at that stage or anything. But Dad was an actor, so I was around sort of like, you know, improvisers and things like that. And Nan was like, you should go in for it, just why not? We had never been on like a proper holiday. I was like, oh God, okay. So we got a little notepad, like tiny little notepad, and we wrote down like a tiny little script of what I was gonna say, just this short little script. And I got on, and I think I was one of the first kids on, and I did it as the gingerbread man. And so then 5 days later, he phoned up and told me that we had won.
Well, you were on the Late Late back in Ireland a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
They found this clip. So this is two little clips put together. It's your gingerbread man.
Yeah.
Followed by, which I really like, your reaction to winning.
Yeah.
So here's
very squeaky voice.
Here we go.
Now, Saoirse is 10 years of age.
Yeah.
Now, which character have you chosen?
I'm going to do the gingerbread man.
Off you go, Saoirse.
Hiya, Jerry. The reason why I need a holiday is because I've never had a holiday before.
You're the only little girl in the house, are you?
Yeah.
Well, I've got news for you.
Yeah?
You're going to Florida.
When you win an Oscar, I want you to react like that.
I also got a blow-up donkey halfway through the week, so that's what I was like, oh, I'm out of it then if they've sent me a blow-up donkey. I had this donkey that went up to it, and I brought him into school and everything. I was like, I haven't won the prize, but at least I got this.
Yes.
But yeah.
You obviously, you know, you have your parenting rules and all that, but apparently, the parenting rules change if you go fishing.
Yes, that's right. That's right. I have a farm up in Washington State, and on this farm is a lake, and it's we fish a lot for bass on this lake, my son and I. And I had this rule with my old man, and I have it with my son, which is when you're fishing, you can swear. You can just swear when you're fishing. It's just the guys. Go ahead and let loose. And so we're out fishing. He catches a fish, and I'm trying to get him to take a picture with the fish before we let it go. And it flops out of his hands, and these bass have these little spines on their back. And the fin pokes him in the hand, falls in the water. He starts to cry. And he's like, oh, and I said, hey, buddy, are you all right? You all right? He said, oh, Dad, I'm about to swear. I said, hey, you know the rules. And he goes, that bass is stupid. Well, you know, I think we say, hey, don't say call someone stupid, that's bad. You shouldn't say that. And he continues to cry. I said, did you feel better? He said, a little bit stupid bass. And I was like, all right, buddy, yeah, you know, now's the time, get it out. And he goes, that stupid bass is a fucking pussy. I'm like, oh. All right.
Because Tom Hiddleston, now one of your, because you acted in school, but you were in school.
Yeah.
I mean, how posh is this? You got to see a school production, and Tom Hiddleston's in it with Eddie Redmayne.
Right. Well, yes. He was a great talent even then. He was the star. He was a huge star, and we were in a school production of A Passage to India by E.M. Forster.
There must have been some really depressed parents going in to see that. They're doing A Passage to India.
How long was it? have no idea. Very long, yeah. So, all boys school.
They're only halfway.
Eddie, the great Eddie Redmayne, the now Oscar-winning
Yeah.
Eddie Redmayne, was playing the female lead. And in the passage to India, there's an expedition to this cultural landmark called the Marabar Caves by elephant. I'm delighted to reveal that I played the front right leg of the elephant that Eddie was riding.
So it was 4 of you to make the elephant?
That's right, yeah.
And he was sitting on you?
He's sitting. We're holding a table with a cushion on top of it, and also a tablecloth to cover our faces, because our bodies are the elephant. Yeah, so that's that
Sounds awful.
You've just got that picture in your head. Yeah.
I'm just like, I imagine just sitting there thinking, I haven't had a drink, we're at school, they're carrying some boy dressed as a girl on top of a table.
And my son's playing the front leg of an elephant.
I can't even say that's my boy.
Front leg.
Great. Cast. IMDb, front leg. Great.
With La La Land in mind, we are going to focus on the early dancing career of Mr. Ryan Gosling.
Oh.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Now,
Makes sense that the only video you have tonight is... is this.
So the dance troupe you were in, can you tell us about... Because apparently young dancers, they can be quite vicious.
It's a cutthroat business. And I had to get out. I was on some kind of Canadian Star Search, and I somehow made it to the finals. And my main competition were these two twins who were tap dancers, and they were dancing to Phil Collins' Two Hearts.
Ooh.
And they had big heart-shaped bows, and they were just, they were the ones to beat. So I remember, you know, wishing them luck and going on stage, and I was getting ready to start. I was dancing the Everybody Dance Now by CNC Music Factory, of course. Yeah. And I'm getting ready to start, which is This Is How You Started. A winning dance number, if you want to know.
Get out of your hands, mate. Go ahead, go up.
And I look up into the just off stage, and the two twins are standing there like the twins from The Shining. And they're just going like this. And I was like, all right, this means war. So I just shimmied my way all the way to that trophy, to that tiny little trophy.
No, because I was going. Is this the same troupe? I was going to say it's an all-girl troupe, but obviously it's not. You're in it.
Right.
But you are.
Thank you.
But you are the only boy in it.
Yeah, that was the.
Was that the?
That was the point.
That was the gimmick.
They let me dance there for free because I was a guy. Because if you had a guy, you would win.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So are you ready to see the dance stylings? I believe you're dancing to Kathy Dennis's classic "Touch Me." Did the troupe have a name, Ryan?
It was Elite Dance Studio.
And how old are you in this one?
Old enough to know better.
Enjoy.
Serious moves.
I wish I could say someone said, here, you have to wear this. But that was my idea. I thought, I have a vision for this number. It's purple and silver hammer pants.
They are the silver hammer pants are.
I don't think we
joke.
gave them enough of a shot. We gave up with hammer, but I think we should have kept them going. We didn't give, no? Yeah, right.
They may
You'll
come
cut
back.
that part out.
They may come back. Talking about impressing people's families and things. Now, Kevin, you brought your kids back to Philadelphia.
Yes.
But not for like Kevin Hart Day. You brought them back to where you're from.
Yeah.
Okay.
And was it lesson?
Was it to impress them? Why did you bring them back?
Well, you know, parenting is something that I take pride in. You know, I want to make sure that my kids understand the value of hard work and what the meaning behind it should be. So, you know, I don't want you thinking that what we have and our lifestyle is how it's supposed to be, because it's not.
Yeah.
There's a reality behind it. So I want to take you to where Dad is from. So we take a trip. You know, we take a real trip to Philadelphia, and you know, we land, and I said, I'm gonna show you where I grew up, so you can understand.
You land in your private jet,
well,
yeah.
we did
Life lesson.
Listen, every lesson has a moment of
with you,
disbelief. Just follow me for a
cool,
second.
I'm with you, I'm with you.
The lesson didn't start till we got off the plane.
Obvious.
When we got in the car and started driving through the neighborhood where I was from.
Then that's where the lesson
That's where the lesson started. Where are you from? So we pull up to my place, and you know, I give this long speech. It's like a moment. Like, it's like 7 a.m. I got there when nobody would be there, and I'm like, look, I didn't have, okay?
Yeah.
Look, this is all this is the grass. See this little thing? It's all the grass we had. I had to sit on the step. I waited for the bus here. I walked 2.5 miles to get from here to where I had to go to meet my mom.
Yeah.
This was not a situation that you were comfortable in. And I get done, and my kids are like, we want to live here! No. This place is a piece of shit. I'm trying to show you what we have is nice, but you gotta work for it. We don't want to go home. I was like, let us go upstairs. I literally had to stop the lesson. The trip to Philadelphia is short. I was like, let's just go back home. I'm gonna show you books from now on. No more live events.
No, and tragically, this is based on your life. I mean, this is things...
Yeah, but, I mean... Loosely, Graham.
No, but things like, isn't the washing machine, that happened to you?
What?
The washing, you were very hungover.
Oh. Yeah.
Go on, tell Jodie Foster that story.
All their stories are really cool, though, Graham. When I was teaching, which is what this show is based on, I went home one weekend, and I was in my 30s. I was probably 33 years of age. I went home to see my mother, and then I went back, and while I was at home, my mother did my washing for me, because I was only 33. And then I went back, and on the Sunday night, I got really drunk, and then I went for a curry, and then the next day I went into school. I went into school, and it was a school in Slough, and it was quite a rough school, but they had a really brilliant hearing-impaired department, so there were hearing-impaired kids who, you know, struggled. They were really looked after in the school. Anyway, I was really hungover. I went there, and about break time, I felt really uncomfortable. I thought, something's not right, you know? So I went to the toilet, and I pulled my trousers down, and some of my mother's knickers had got... I got mixed up in the wash she'd done, and I was wearing my mother's underwear. And I went, oh, God, no. Oh, I remember going, oh, you loser, this is such a low point, you fucking loser. And then the curry and the booze kicked in from the night before. So I did like a fecal Jackson Pollock. And I started going, oh, God, not this as well. Oh, Jesus. So I cleaned myself up and I pulled my mother's pants back up. And I went back into the classroom and I saw one of the hearing-impaired kids just looking at me like this. And that's when I remembered that I had a microphone directly... Here we go. So maybe man down isn't that far-fetched.
But Tom, you did the proper British thing. You went to an all-boys school. Is that right?
Yes, yeah, I did, yeah.
Were you well behaved?
No, absolutely.
but then, oddly, for Spider-Man, they sent you back to school.
Well, it was a joke. They don't obviously understand my British sarcasm. I said, wouldn't it be funny if I went to an American high school undercover to see what it would be like to be an American high schooler? And Marvel were like, that's amazing. Let's set it up. Right. So 6 weeks later, I've like with a backpack, pencil case, books, on my way to the school, the Bronx School of Science, which is a school for genius kids. And believe me, everyone, I am not no genius. And yeah, so I enrolled in a high school for 3 days. I had like an accent, a fake name, a backstory.
What was your fake name?
Ben Perkins, who's my acting coach from when I was a kid. But they paired me with a kid called Arun, and I was supposed to be his brother or something like that. And Arun is an Indian kid, and when I came in, everyone was like, really, your brother? And we're like, yeah, we're just distant brothers from, you know, whoo. Anyway, moving on.
This is a science school. They can figure things out.
Like, no way that works. That doesn't work.
But then you did you confide in some people?
So I was sitting next to this very pretty girl in class, and you have to go through an exam process to get into this school, which obviously I didn't do. And she's like, hey, man, what's your deal? How are you here? I was like, well, let me tell you my secret. I'm actually Spider-Man. She's like, dude, you're fucking nuts, bro. What the hell, really? And I'm like, no, seriously, I'm Spider-Man. Obviously, none of my movies had come out. No one knew about it. It was a big secret. So I just looked like some nutter that showed up for 3 days and then disappeared.
Yeah, she's laughing now. She's like, why, I had him right there.
I have an infamous picture of me in my 20s, and I was just owning this look. I had a turtleneck. I had mom jeans on. I was wearing a fanny pack.
We've got the picture here.
Oh, no.
There you are. It's a strong look.
It's something.
It's a strong look.
And this was you being serious, yeah?
No. Oh, yes. Yeah. I think I'm cool. Yeah. This is full on. Yeah.
And are you aware that this has now become a sort of fancy dress outfit? Like, people do this.
They do this, yeah, as a joke. Yeah,
like,
it's crazy.
Seth Rogen was on the show,
yeah,
and he showed us his version. Here's Seth Rogen as it. And actually, some other people have done it as well. Yeah, check this out. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hi. What's your name?
James.
James. Lovely, James. And what do you do?
I'm a civil servant.
A civil servant. Lovely. In London here?
Yes, in London.
And are you from the London area?
No, I live in London, but I'm originally from Suffolk.
Oh.
Yeah, mate.
It's a Suffolk massive. Is he mentioned in the song?
Probably, yeah. What school did you go to?
So, I went to Brandeston.
Oh, sweet, yeah. I went to primary school.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So did we know each other?
Yeah.
Did we?
I'm not wearing my glasses.
Have a look.
I'm not wearing my glasses.
What did you say, James?
Hello, yeah.
James?
Yes.
Me?
That's the one.
What the fuck?
Do you know
He was my best mate growing up.
You're kidding? And now you're talking to him on a monitor.
I'm not wearing my specs, and he's like,
oh my God.
Hell, can we not flip him and just get him out here?
Yeah. Do you have a story, or do you...
Well, yeah, I did, but it's up to you.
Please let it be about Ed.
It's about Ed.
Okay, tell your story, then we'll flip you, and then...
sit with you.
Okay, tell the story.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, as Ed was saying...
This is so random, mate.
I know, it's really weird. Yeah, when we were younger, Ed used to come round to my house, and yeah, like you're saying, we used to be quite good mates. And I remember one time he was coming around for tea, and I'd forgotten to tell Mum he was a vegetarian, at that point anyway. And so Mum cooked, I think, a sausage and mash for tea. And Ed said, you know, after the meal, these are the best sausages I've ever tasted. You know, where did you get them from? And Mum had to lie because she had no clue. And so, yeah, 16 years later, I'm really sorry.
First time I ever had meat, and also the first time I ever watched a Simpsons episode was around your house as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow. Okay, well done. We're going to flip you now, and then we can be reunited backstage. Okay.
But no, put him on the couch.
Okay. There he goes. Bring him on. Who wants to meet him? I feel like Cilla Black on Surprise, Surprise. There he is. Come on.
Were you just here randomly?
I know some guy you know.
Have a seat, do. Sit down. That's James, and listen, that's all we've got time for. They're reunited. It's beautiful. Well done. Comic book heroes and action films, we kind of assume they appeal to kind of nerdy boys, essentially.
Yeah.
And you kind of forget there are lots of nerdy women out there.
Oh, yeah.
who like these films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think everyone's got their inner nerd.
Yeah,
You know?
well, you are a proper nerd, aren't you?
I mean, when it comes to Harry Potter, I'm a massive, massive nerd.
Well, we know that because you posted this picture. Is this your 12th or... You're about 12 or 13 here. This is Margot Robbie. Look how uncool. Hardback Harry Potter. Ooh,
You know you're a real
so
fan.
fancy.
So fancy. Do you know what's particularly pathetic about this picture? A couple things, really. Number one...
I'll let you point them out.
Number one, it's my birthday. That's how I chose to spend my birthday.
Oh, yay!
What was in the cup?
Number two, I'm drinking tea. Number three, I'm wearing glasses even though I don't need glasses. I lied to the optometrist because I wanted to have glasses like Harry Potter.
Now, Daniel, I think you were you a Harry Potter fan or not?
I love Harry Potter, but I just didn't get around to reading the last one.
Okay, so...
What?
I had stuff to do, man. I was doing... I don't know what happened. I was just like, oh, I'll do it later, and then...
Are you kidding me? So you've read 1 to 6 and you haven't read the 7th?
Yeah, I don't know
Are
what
you
happened.
actually kidding?
Couldn't bear for it to end.
I'm like not going to be able to sleep tonight worrying about this.
Life is a game, you know what I mean? So I just like, it's just, you keep it on the edge, you know what I mean?
This is insane to me. Do you know another fun fact? My husband...
This is your thing.
This is fascinating.
This is your thing.
I can go on about this forever.
I'm so sorry I brought this up. I've no one else to blame. No, Margot, tell us.
Sorry, I'll stop hijacking the show after this.
No, go.
Because I'm not here to actually publicise Harry Potter. That's great. My husband is in the Harry Potter movies. I know. I was like, had you told me sooner, we would have been married very quickly. But he was an extra. He was like, when he was a little kid, he's like one of the Slytherin extras. You know when Draco like pushes some kids out of the way to see Buckbeak in the 3rd book?
Yeah.
He pushes my husband out of the way.
Celebrity!
Yeah, I know.
Listen, Daniel, were you ever an extra in Harry Potter?
No, I had my friend was an extra at school. Then I asked him, like, how'd you get into acting? And he didn't tell me.
Because you posted a picture of yourself.
I wanted to do acting.
No, you posted a picture of yourself as, I don't know how old you are, you're a little boy here, and you look like you could be in Hogwarts. Here you are.
Gorgeous.
Oh, yes!
Gorgeous.
I love that picture of him.
There's no lie there, though.
I love that.
2000.
Oh my God, that is the cutest kid. I love that picture of him so much. You showed me that when we were filming. I love that picture.
I feel better about my photo now.
Why do you feel better? It's gorgeous. Wait, what's gorgeous?
No, gorgeous. Gorgeous.
I love that story.
Yeah, I know. People you went to school with must be so surprised. Yeah. Who's a film star? What's that, Daniel? Hello.
Hiya.
Hi, what's your name?
My name's Sebastian.
Sebastian. And where are you from?
I'm from Newcastle.
Newcastle, OK. Do you live there or here?
I live in Newcastle, yeah.
OK. Off you go with the story, Sebastian.
Well, many moons ago, I actually went to school in Newcastle, and there was a disco coming up. There was a really popular girl at school. Usual sort of scenario, all the guys after her. I sort of waited to the last moment, last couple of days, and asked the girl, this popular girl in question, if she'd like to go with me. She said yes, and this was literally, I think, the day before the disco. Lo and behold, it turns out that she was actually going to go with somebody else, and that other person was actually Charlie.
Sebastian Lippiat!
That's the one, man.
Dirty bastard!
I didn't know. Innocent.
How could this have happened to 2 people? Rachel Gould!
They're very same, yes. You know who it is.
Wow.
You know, at the time...
You look older than me.
At the time, I was better off.
We're the same age.
And did you end up marrying Rachel Gould?
No, not yet, no.
OK. There's still time.
You don't happen to have a sword with you, do you?
You could have revenge if you want to. Do you want to?